The Tasks tab in the FlexiProject system shows me all tasks assigned to me from different projects. When I enter the tab, I see my tasks. There are also tasks outside of projects. These are operational non-project tasks that I can be the author of. If I click the left mouse button on the task details, I am taken to those details. If I need to edit any of the elements shown here, and of course, if I have the appropriate permissions, I can click on the three dots and access the task directly from the project level, which provides me with broader permissions to make edits. Most of the information about these tasks in the Tasks tab is view only. However, if I have task editing permissions and access the task for editing from the project level, I am able to modify the data. From the Tasks tab, regardless of task editing permissions, I can determine whether a task is completed and record working hours. It is worth noting, however, that this applies to users with a standard license or higher. Free users will have significantly limited capabilities. I can also add comments or view the task's history. If I mark the task as completed, it will disappear from my task list. This is because this list works like a to-do list that shows me what I should do. However, we can change these settings because currently the tasks that have been completed are hidden. By clicking the left mouse button, I can show tasks that have been completed, whether today, yesterday, in the last 7 or 30 days, or all tasks completed by me. If I click Today and see that the tasks completed today are appropriately marked, if I click on the column here, I can change the way information is displayed on this list. If I want to hide the start date or the end date, for example, I can uncheck it. Then I only see the information that is desirable for me. The most important function here is the list of tasks that come from projects. However, I am able to add a new task. Such a new task will be assigned as a to-do task, but not related to any project. We call them operational tasks. Let's assume I add the task Prepare a monthly report. It will appear on my list as my to-do task, which I have to complete. It will appear at the very bottom because tasks that do not have a start date or an end date will be visible at the bottom. Meanwhile, the remaining tasks are displayed according to the chronology of their assigned completion date. If I enter such a task, I can add specific details here to have detailed information about what needs to be done, and I will add such details. Having created such a task, it will be visible on my list. However, I also have the option in the system to delegate such a task. What does it mean? If I assign a user to complete such a task, for example, Henry Wilson. Importantly, I can only do this with a full license in my system. If I do, the task will disappear from my to-do list and be saved here, in the Delegated Tasks list, along with information on who will perform the task and the relevant dates. This means that we can create tasks in the system for ourselves as a to-do list, but we are also able to delegate other operational tasks not related to projects to other employees, and we can track these tasks through the Delegated tab. Users to whom we assign a task will see it on their task list, along with information about who assigned it. For our task, preparing a monthly report, I can create it as a recurring task if I wish. This means the task will repeat periodically. Let's make the task, Prepare a monthly report, a recurring task. I click on the three dots to see more options. I can set the repetition of such a task. The first thing the system will ask me is about the repetition in relation to the end of this task. This means it asks me whether this task should appear every week, every month, or every year. I will set it so that I want the monthly report to be every month, and we can determine on which specific day. I will choose the last day of the month, and after saving, such a task will change its status to a recurring task, which is indicated by such an arrow. Importantly, if I now mark such a task as completed, a new task with the same name will appear, with new dates. A task marked as completed will disappear from the list. The new task will already have new dates. Thanks to recurring tasks, whether assigned to us or to other people, we are able to easily organize work and tasks to be completed, especially in situations where our project management cycle requires the execution of the same tasks from time to time. If we look here, we also see tasks that are being watched. These are tasks that we marked with a bell. Watch tasks will appear here on the list, even if we are not assigned to them as owners. If we mark a task as observed, we will receive email notifications about it, and notifications will also appear in the list accessed by clicking the bell icon in the upper right corner of the screen. If we want to manage these notifications, for example by opting out of email messages, we go to User Profile, Email Notifications, and then uncheck the Observation of Tasks option. This means we will no longer receive emails about changes to observed tasks. The system provides a wide range of options to decide which changes and which tasks we want to receive notifications for. Importantly, here these tasks are sorted by the last edit date, and if we are observing such tasks and have notifications enabled, we will receive all notifications about changes in the history, for example, changes in content or date changes. This means that if we have a very important task, which for example, as a project manager we want to track, we can choose to observe such a task so that we don't miss anything important. And that would be all regarding the Tasks tab, recurring tasks, and task delegation in the FlexiProject system. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and as always, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any new tutorial videos, and I also wish you successful work with the FlexiProject system.